Welcome to the show, everyone. It's election eve, and before we get started, I wanted to have Kaylin Praxton, who's running for city council, on the show to explain how she feels about it. But she wouldn't come on. But there will be days when she comes on, or probably after the election. But it is election eve, and it's gonna be like a close one. And so I don't think Trump's going to win because he just wants to make America great. With all the vaccines and stuff, nobody wants to do anything. I think Joe Biden would win the election. Because we need that vaccine put in place. Early voting has ended because of this. We'll explain that in just a few minutes. But first, COVID cases. As of today, which was posted 6 hours ago, we're now up to 21,432 with 2 new cases. We're now up to 54 total new cases. 21 new cases are positive, 1628. That puts us close to, I'm not sure, but 33 new cases, that's 5134. One new deaths. The state of Texas providing additional faculty data to Nueces County Health Department on November 2nd for death certificates reported directly for the state. 5 fatalities that occurred in months of August and September. These fatalities will be added to overall cases reported for the Nueces County. So, one at 449, and recovered 20 ICU, currently in hospital 69, hospitalized 3195, recovered 20,539. So, what can be done about this? Again, I've said this many times on this show. You need to wear a mask. You need to stay socially distanced. Wash your hands every now and then. You have to wash your hands like every 20 seconds. If you work at food places, they expect you to do the same. Wash your hands every 20 seconds. Every time. If you want to go, I'm going to work at a food place, then they're gonna have you wash your hands every hour. Then they make you wear a mask and stay 6 feet. But the big deal about this is that if you start to wear a mask, what if you have a medical condition? Schools will probably prohibit people from entering the school building because of those people with medical conditions. They'll say okay, we're not going to allow people with medical conditions to come in because we don't want them contracting the virus. We have to slow the spread by 80%. By doing that, you have to wear masks or face shields. That is especially important. Those face shields are just a piece of plastic. We're wearing a mask both. But if you wear a mask and a face shield, it could protect you a lot. And at some workplaces, face shields are prohibited. Why is that? Well, because it's too exposing. Well, I tried it on. Last week, I tried it on. Was it too exposing? Not to my knowledge, no. But what if you wear both? Well, you could increase the spread, decrease the spread, or reduce the spread. But that is basically the point. Nobody likes to wear masks. Nobody likes to... All stores are mandating that you wear a mask. Even Walmart, H-E-B, they're all doing the same. Look, I get it. No one likes to wear masks often, but it is what we have to do. If you don't like wearing a mask, don't go to H-E-B. Get your groceries delivered. Get your food delivered. It's not that simple. If you don't understand it, then you don't understand it. Gotta just tell your kids, like, hey, we're gonna be doing our groceries online from now on because of the virus. And speaking of grocery stores, coming up next, we're gonna be talking. HEB is now doing the limit thing again because they care about the customers. What is the limit on that? We'll explain next. Welcome back. HEB, the greatest store ever, is now reinstates product limits on bath tissue and disinfectants. All customers will be limited to 2 packages of tissue, toilet paper, and paper towels. It's once again putting limit on certain items, according to the website. The following limits apply to all HEB stores. This was updated October 21st. Brisket, limit is 2. Non-food items, all HEB stores. Disinfectant antibacterial sprays, 2 items. Disinfectant materials, 4 items. Hydrogen peroxide, 2 items. Rubbing alcohol swabs, it's 2. First aid cleaning gloves, it's 2. Trial and travel size disinfectant wipes and sprays, that's 2. Bath tissue, toilet tissue, 2. Paper towels, same thing. And there's just a full list of what they're doing. Don't be hoarding all the damn toilet paper. It's not going to be the end of the world, people. We know the numbers are risen because nobody likes them. The reason why the numbers are risen is because nobody likes to wear a mask. Nobody wants to stay 6 feet. And yet, we can't even stand on the sidelines anymore. I'll explain that in a moment. And those updated things do not apply to Central Market stores. This was updated weeks ago. I understand you guys want to cook some brisket and stuff, but we have to save that for other people. Steak. Can't be sure. The numbers have risen again, and HEB is trying to help out its customers by making sure that no one hoards all the crap they need it for other customers. So if you're gonna say, "Oh, I need 2 rolls. I need like 2 bags. I need 2 big. I need a lot of paper towels. I need a lot of toilet paper. I need a lot of this, a lot of that." I understand you need that, but we have to save it for other people. We really need to save these for other people. And if you don't like that, you just get it delivered, and you can tell us. And Instacart is gonna apply to this for all stores: Sam's Club, Sam's, Walmart. All those things. Even if you were to get your groceries delivered, get a lot more toilet tissue or a lot more paper towels, you're going to be hoarding all of it because you don't care. You don't care about the rest of the people who need these items. And that's a big deal. It is a very, very big deal. Don't be hoarding all these items. If you hoard all these items, they're going to limit. So I don't care whether or not, I don't care if you want a lot of them. I don't care. We have to save these for other customers. They require these essential items too. Like 3 briskets, that's too much. And I understand that. But we have to save these items. You may be sarcastic, you can be sarcastic, roll your eyes all you want. But this is what H-E-B is going to be doing. I don't know if all the other stores are going to be doing the same thing as H-E-B is doing, but if they're doing the same thing, you need to apply by that. And if you decide, oh, I'm not going to apply by this, then don't go shopping. Waste all your money on fast food. Do whatever. I don't care. Up next, why we can't stand in the silence anymore. Look, I want to tell you this. I mean, okay, here's what happened. Back on Friday, I wanted to go play my guitar on the sidelines. I couldn't do it anymore because it was part of the rules, because of the dark COVID. And I was like, well, you can just go let me go 6 feet. I can just stay 6 feet and just be the only person out here. And it's like, no, we're going to have people go sit down. You come in, you sit down. And it's like, why does that have to happen? You can go up, get your food, and go back and sit down. That's a bit harsh. And you're saying, well, we're not allowing people to stand on the sidelines because of COVID. But everyone's like wearing a mask. I had a safety plan right now like a month ago, and then I was pissed that I was pissed that I could not play on the sidelines anymore. We need to get that rule changed, and if you think COVID is a hoax, and I think then to me it's a hoax. If you were to sit here and think this, I mean, what if someone stands on there, and if you stand there, everyone else has to stay on the sidelines, and I don't think it's a good idea. I was very angry at this point that I was going to expose Mr. Fisher for what he did a couple years ago. Because I know what he did from the other parents. But still, the main reason why we can't stay on the sidelines is because of COVID. I mean, why don't we just have a limit on the sidelines? We have 10 people up on the bleachers. Why can't we just have like 2 to 3 people on the sidelines? I mean, there's like a limit on security and police. There are the security people, the police. They put limits. On this, I know your kids probably gonna be like, well, why can't we stand on the sideline? Why can't we just go stand on the sidelines and watch them play? Yeah, I understand that you want this issue to be brought up before the board, but they're probably gonna tell you, well, because of COVID, we're not gonna have people stand up on the sidelines. That's what I think needs to happen. We have to take a stand. Right after Election Day, we need to go up and take a stand and say, hey, we need to stand on the sidelines and have more. We need to stand on the sidelines. No more than 10 people up on the bleachers. No more than 10 people up on the. No more than 10 people on the sidelines. Each. So that's basically what needs to happen after an election. I'm sorry, I'm just lost for words. Okay, coming up. How easy it can be to get a food handler's permit. Then, we'll have more when we come back. Now, during this election time, what I have learned from one of the former presidents of the school board was that Flower Bluff was the lowest tax rate. This comes before the election where teachers were not getting enough raises because of the lower tax rate. We've got to raise those taxes. And the schools have a budget. They want to spend they almost spent $250,000, just almost $500,000 just to rebuild, just to remodel the varsity gym. And I told you before, that place was closed off because they came up with a plan. And people are like, well, why is there a gate here? The reason why there was a gate there is because the board decided to shut it down because of the slopes and the erosion. And then basketball's been coming up tomorrow. And the big plan is they're gonna be like, well, can we just possibly switch the basketball games on the Winooski gym and then the volleyball? I mean, that was the whole reason why teachers cannot get raises was because of the thing, the dropout rates. That was all going to be happening when President Bush, when former President George W. Bush was president, he created the No Child Left Behind was to make sure that the dropout rates were low, and it all depends on how much money the school's getting. How much money would be right, you might ask? Well, we're not sure. School spending has probably tripled in these past years. We now spend a lot more money. We get fancy schools, more assistant principals, no improvements during learning. 50 years, scores have been flat. You get a lot more money, but no improvements. And yet, maybe what's the name is right. We do have the lowest tax rate in Flower Bluff. And the reason why that is basically because of the money we spend. The money the school spends, because that's all basically why there's the lowest tax rate. We need to raise those taxes. We need to just give those taxes down to the school and say, look, here's the taxes. It's all about the money, because kids are now skipping school and truancy rates are going up. Whenever you have the lowest tax rate, you're going to have less students. And the less students you have, the truancy rates are going to go up, and the juvenile delinquencies are going to go up also. The attendance rates are going to go lower because of this. So my understanding is we need to raise taxes. And how do we raise those taxes? Well, school's on a budget, so probably setting up stands and out in your own neighborhood would do. Lemonade stands. Hot chocolate stands. Just saying it's to raise money for the school. We give that money to the schools, then they can rebuild. Which brings us to our next topic when we come back. Food handlers permits. How easy can it be get? How easy can you get it? We'll have that for you next. Welcome back. Look at this piece of paper. This is your food handler certificate. How easy can you get this? Simple. If you're going to apply for a food place job like McDonald's, Whataburger, Taco Bell, or any other food places, you need to get a food handler's permit or a food handler's card. The way it used to be back then before COVID is you used to go to a class, somewhere out of town, and then it could happen. You gotta take classes. You need to be answering some questions and stuff, and or they make you do it at work. But now because of COVID, they're making everyone doing it online. And if you guys are interested in doing food safety permits for your job or whatever, I'll put those links in the description below on our website, jcombie67.wixsite.com/givemeabreak. But it's really easy. These things take like a few hours. I got mine done yesterday. Got mine done a couple of days ago. Just yesterday, and it was like that easy. Real easy. Just to do it. What you need to do is you need to read them. Don't rush through it. Just take the test. And if you don't know it, just know your knowledge. Don't cheat on this, because if they find out that you cheat, you're going to get into big trouble. I talked about this on my cheating episode, and if you cheat, you're going to get in a lot of trouble for cheating. And that's a big deal. Very, very big deal. And there are lots of things you can do with it. You can use it for work. You can use it. You can just get a copy for yourself, give it to your boss, and then they'll copy. And you can use that to sell lemonade out in the street, or sell hot chocolate. If the police ask, "Where's your food handler's permit?" show them your food handler's permit, and then they'll prove it. They file a complaint, and you just show them that, and then done. Asking what it's for, what's all this for? It's just basically to raise taxes for the schools, because they have the lowest tax rate. And any people want to drop out of school, these are the reasons why people want to drop out of school, because they want to do YouTube and stuff. No, online education, that costs some money. You got to hire a tutor and all that stuff. Private school, you got to pay. You have to be in homeschool, so you have to pay for it. When you get free education from our tax dollars, our tax dollars are used for free education. And our tax rate is low. We have to raise those taxes. And if you were me, you would come up with a plan by selling hot chocolate or lemonade out in the street to help raise taxes. If you're with me on this, then that's great. If you're not with us, then you're against us. We have to raise those taxes. If we don't, we're going to get into trouble, and our students are going to get the best education they can get. That's all for this edition. Give Me a Break Monday going into Tuesday. We'll see you again for Give Me a Break Wednesday. Have a good night, everyone.